So tonight we are talking about the art of not being busy. We are talking about the art of not being busy. And I have a confession to make. This is a topic that I'm doing because I need it for myself. When I was thinking about what I was going to speak on this evening, I said to myself, Dina, you are getting to the point where you are becoming too busy and you're not necessarily being productive. And you need to kind of change some things. So I'm giving this talk for myself, and I'm hoping that it's going to be helpful for you as well. But sometimes the coach needs a coach, right? And so I'm hoping to give you 5 things that can help you move from being busy to help you get to be more productive, how to move from busyness to productiveness. And so I looked up the word busy because I wanted to get a real definition, because I wanted to see, is there a difference between being busy and being productive? And so I looked up the definition of busy, and then I looked up the definition of productive. And busy, by definition, is just being engaged in action. Just being engaged in action, or having a great deal to do. Having a great deal to do. So if you are engaged in action and or you have a great deal to do, then by definition, you are busy, right? And then I looked up productive. I wanted to see what the definition was of the word productive. And the definition is producing a significant amount or a significant result. Producing a significant amount or a significant result, right? That's the definition of being productive. So by definition, the two things are different. It's different to be engaged in action and produce a significant amount. And it's the difference in just having a great deal to do and then producing a result. That's two different things, right? So by definition, they're different. So if being busy is just engaged in action, why do we equate that with something good? You know, someone asked us, how was our day? We say, oh, I was busy today. I had a lot to do today, right? We kind of equate that with something good. We like to say we were busy. It kind of helps us feel more important. It helps us with our self-esteem. Whether consciously or subconsciously, we've gotten to the point where we were just, I was so busy today. I had a lot going on today, right? The phrase booked and busy, that's something that's kind of popular these days, right? We never say, oh, I was so productive today. When is the last time you said I was productive today versus how many times you say I was busy today? We always just go with, I was busy versus being productive. And so I want to talk about 5 things to try to help you move from being busy to being productive. And let's see if we can go from just being engaged in action and just having a great deal to do to actually producing results, actually producing a significant amount or a significant result. And so the first thing I want you to do is I want you to assess your busyness. I want you to assess your busyness. I want you to think about, why are you busy? Why are you busy all the time? Why do you have so many things to do? And being busy, is it for a good reason? Are you busy and do you have so many things to do? Is it for a good reason? And these are all subjective. There is no right or wrong answer. It's just yes or no, and only you can answer this. Are you busy for a good reason? Are you making an impact with your business? Is what you are doing impacting other people? Is it impacting the people around you, right? So are you making an impact, yes or no? Are you growing? Are you evolving? Are you becoming the best version of yourself? While you're being busy, while you're engaged in action, are you becoming the best version of yourself, yes or no, right? And then when you're doing this assessment and you're assessing your busyness, I want you to think about, how do you feel? How do you feel when you're busy versus how do you feel when you're productive? And so I made a list and I wrote it down, because anything that I ask you to do, I want to make sure it's something that I've done as well. So I made a list, and in the first column, I put the word busy. In the second column, I put the word productive. And then in the first column, I wrote down all the ways that I typically feel when I'm busy. When I have a lot to do, when I'm engaged, when I'm just going from task to task, how do I feel? And if I'm really honest, most of the time I feel drained. I'm short-tempered. I don't really have as much patience as I would normally have. I may feel stressed. I may feel a little irritated. And all of those really aren't the best way to feel, right? But honestly, that's normally how I feel. When I'm busy all day long, meetings and just a lot of things that I'm being inundated with, emails and all these things, and people need my attention, I probably don't really, have the most patience. I have short attention span and things like that, right? Then I thought about when I'm productive. How do I feel when I'm productive? And I wanted to write some things down in that column. And I typically have increased self-esteem because I'm checking things off my list. I'm being productive for the day. I have a sense of accomplishment. By the end of the day, when I think about, what I did for that day, I have a sense of accomplishment. I feel proud of myself. I'm happy that I was able to make an impact. It's much more positive things. So I did the exercise, and I want to encourage you to do the exercise as well. How do you feel when you're busy versus when you're productive? And you don't have to actually write it down. I just did it like that because I'm a little bit old school and I like to do it that way. You may want to just think about it in your mind. Think about how do you feel when you're busy versus how do you feel when you are being productive, okay? And then in line with assessing, we're assessing our busyness. Think about the things that you're doing and if they're necessary. Remember, I started off by asking, why are you busy? Why are you doing all these things? So think about if they're necessary to do, right? And then think about if you can delegate some of those things to other people. Is there somebody else that you can delegate some of these tasks to so you're not so busy? Can you delegate it to a team member, right? Can you delegate it to a team member, or can you maybe delegate it to someone else in your home? There may be someone else in your home that can help you with some of these tasks. So I want you to think about those things. So assessing your busyness is the first thing that I want you to do. And then once you have assessed your busyness, then you want to prioritize. See if you can prioritize all of the tasks that you're doing. All of the things that you have to do, see if you can prioritize them. Because everything can't be super important. Everything can't be number one. Everything, hello, hi, thanks for joining. Everything can't be super important. Everything can't be number one. I know a lot of times when people bring tasks to you and they bring things to you, they think their stuff is important, right? Everybody thinks that what they want you to do is the most important thing, right? But everybody doesn't always know the totality of everything that you have to do. So they want it right now. They want you to stop. They want you to get it done today, but they may not know all the other things that you have to do. They may not know that somebody came up to you an hour before asking you to do something as well. So you have several things on your to-do list, right? They may not know that. So you have to have your own internal prioritization meter. I just made that up. You have to have your own internal prioritization meter to say, this is my priority for today. People are coming at me from all different angles with all these things they want me to do, but this is my priority for today, right? And you may want to make a to-do list. You may want to write that down. Now, like I said before, I'm somebody who's a little bit old-fashioned, so I like to just get pieces of paper. I like to just take old pieces of printer paper because I don't like to throw things away. So as you can see on the other side, it was something written on there, and I just turned it over, and I had some paper, and I normally just kind of make my to-do list on this paper. And I normally just keep it, at my desk or just kind of keep it wherever I am for the day, and I like to write things down, and I like to make a list. And you can put things in 3 different categories. You can put one category can be the things that you absolutely have to get done today. Here are the things I have to absolutely get done today. If it's something for work, it may need to be done by 5 o'clock. Or if it's something in your personal life, it may be something that you need to get done by the end of the day. But here are the things that I absolutely have to get done today, and that goes in category 1. Then category 2 may be the things that should get done today. Here are the things that I really should get done today. I'm really going to give a good, strong effort to get these things done by the end of the day, okay? And then number 3, maybe it would be nice to get these things done. Here are the things that would be nice to get done today. If I don't get them done today, no worries. I can maybe work on them tomorrow, but here are some things that really would be nice if I get them done, right? So you're making a to-do list. You're putting all the things down and put them in categories, what you have to get done, what you should get done today, and then what would be nice to get done today. That maybe would help you be organized. Now, you don't have to be like me. You don't have to write them down if you don't want to, or you may want to, write them in an actual notebook. You may have a whiteboard that you want to write the things on, write your items on. You may be someone that likes to put things in your phone. So maybe you want to, put your list in your phone. Either way, make a list Prioritize, have your own prioritization meter that you're going to use regardless of what people are giving you, so you can keep yourself organized and so that you can get things done. Because we're moving from being busy to being productive. We're not just trying to be busy and just have a lot of things done and have a lot of things that we're doing. We're actually trying to be productive. Okay. Number 3 is no distractions. You really don't want to have any distractions. You want to minimize the distractions. Now, I read a recent a statistic that said people spend an average of 5 hours on their digital device every day. They spend an average of 5 hours on a digital device every single day, right? I can be guilty of that. I'm probably one of those people that's in that category, right? An average of 5 hours on their digital device, and we switch back and forth from task to task, being distracted over 300 times a day. Over 300 times a day that we do that. And I say that probably is accurate, right? Because we start off reading our email, our work email, then we get distracted by a text message, then we go back to our work email, what we're supposed to be doing for work, then we get on social media, then we get up and go get a drink of water, then somebody calls us on the phone, then we're back to our work, and we just go back and forth switching. So I would imagine that probably is a true statistic that is over 300 times a day we are doing that. So we want to make sure that we're minimizing distractions, whether that's turning our ringer off, turning our phone off, whether that is, closing the door to our workspace, whether that's just really just being focused so that we can make sure we are productive more so than just being busy. And then number 4, we want to schedule some me time. Schedule some me time. Now, if you're someone who follows me, if you've seen my live before, hi, Kian, thanks for joining. If you've seen my live before, or if you have seen some of my posts on my page, I talk about this frequently. I talk about scheduling me time, and I talk about making sure that you're taking 5 to 10 minutes to calm your spirit. You're taking some time just to make sure that you are just affirming yourself. You're loving on yourself. You're just taking a few minutes to just stop whatever it is you're doing, and you are just having some me time. And that might be something as simple as going and taking a walk. That might be something as simple as taking the long way home from work, going the scenic route. That might be something as simple as just, sitting outside. I like to go outside and just kind of close my eyes sometimes and listen to nature. Maybe you like to listen to music. Of course, with the ladies, we like to take our bubble baths and things like that. So whatever it is that you want to do, you want to try to schedule some me time. And I know sometimes it's difficult. So that's why I say just 5 or 10 minutes is really all you need to do to just kind of calm your spirit. Hi, Valerie. Thanks for joining. So we want to make sure that we are scheduling our me time. These are all things that will help us to go from being busy to being more productive. These are some of the things that we want to do. Okay. And then we want to make sure that we are saying no to people without an explanation. This is something that I harp on. This is something that I say because I hear from people all the time that they have difficulty setting boundaries. So we want to make sure that we are not afraid to tell people no. We are make sure that we are honoring our boundaries. We are make sure that we're honoring our feelings and the things that we need to get done before we're letting other people just bombard us with all of their stuff and all the things that they want us to do, right? So it may be something that, may be a little bit scary for you at first because it may not be that comfortable for you, but eventually you'll become more comfortable. Eventually it's going to get easier and easier to tell people no and to tell them without an explanation. Because a lot of times we feel bad, we feel guilty, and we feel like we always have to give somebody an explanation as to why we're telling them no, and you don't have to, right? You don't have to. We don't want to get to the point where we are people pleasing. We want to make sure that we are putting ourselves first. Sometimes it's okay to do that. We want to make sure that we are putting ourselves first, and we are making sure that we are able to go from just being busy, just engaged in action, just having a great deal to do, as we talked about in the beginning, to being productive, making sure we are producing, making sure that we talk about our feelings and how do you feel when you're busy and versus how do you feel when you're productive, make sure you stay on that productive side. You feel a sense of accomplishment. You feel peaceful. You have increased self-esteem because you actually got something productive done versus whenever you feel those things that you're going to write down on that left-hand side about being busy, you may feel drained. You may be a little stressed, a little irritated. We don't want you on that side. We want you on the side where you are feeling productive and you are feeling good about the things that you are doing. Okay, so we have talked about 5 things that can help you go from being busy to being productive. We want you to assess your busyness and why are you busy. We want you to prioritize, make your to-do list and pick what's most important, putting things in those 3 categories. We want you to minimize your distractions and don't be one of the people that are on your digital device 5 hours a day. We want you to make sure you're scheduling some me time each day, 5 or 10 minutes just to calm your spirit. And then we want you to make sure that you are saying no to people, saying no appropriately, and not letting people bombard you with all the things that they want you to do. Okay? So that has been this week's edition of From Dina's Desk. Hopefully I was able to share something with you. And as I said, I had a confession to make. I did this topic because I'm guilty. I'm guilty of being too busy from time to time, and I need to sometimes slow myself down and make sure that I'm more productive rather than busy. So that's the reason why I did that topic. We did this topic today because sometimes the coach needs a coach. But also I hope it was helpful for you as well. So please make sure you share this with someone, let someone know, and let someone know about, I'm going to be live on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock. I'm going to be here. Hi, Rasta29. Thanks for joining. Please let people know that I'm going to be here and share this live. So thank you so much for joining. This has been this week's edition, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.